Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles this Monday, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. But first, a word from our sponsors.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce you to EC Market, sponsor of Good Morning Thailand. You can trade a wide range of instruments on global markets, such as Forex, metals, crude oil. Who even knew you could trade on crude oil? And crypto. They've been in the market for 10 years, providing traders with lower trading costs, better execution, and safer financial services. Disclaimer, guys. Please do be careful before you trade. Make sure that you trade responsibly and you trade with something that you're willing to lose because, sometimes it can go up, sometimes it can go down. But if you want to try it out for a trusted website, check out EC Markets.
Investigate your own risk, but they give you all the tools you need to do so. Now, in order to stay up to date on all things Thailand, guys, please do be sure to subscribe to the channel here. It helps us out a lot. Now, today, we'll be talking about the appalling state of the air quality in Chiang Mai. A Korean star's controversial badminton incident in Bangkok resurfaces in the wake of the death of his former lover. And a little later, we'll take a look at the villages sinking into the ocean in Indonesia and the plans to curb the problem in the future. But first, a classic tale back here in Thailand. British, Romanian, Dutch nationals have been arrested in a second Samui airport cannabis bust. That's right, authorities at Samui International Airport have arrested 4 foreign nationals, 2 British, 1 Romanian, and 1 Dutch, attempting to smuggle 110 kilograms of cannabis buds in suitcases bound for Hong Kong, the UK, and Germany. This follows another bust just a day prior where 5 other foreigners were caught with 144 kilograms of cannabis at the same airport. Officials suspect an organized smuggling network as both groups claimed they were offered free trips to Thailand in exchange for transporting luggage. With 9 suspects now in custody and 254 kilograms of cannabis seized in 48 hours, police are intensifying their investigation into the operation's masterminds. So, all right, guys. If somebody's offering you, hey, free trip to Thailand, all you have to do is take this luggage. You're just a courier, right? Well, you're still responsible to understand and know what is inside of the packages, right? So, like, these people are claiming ignorance, like, I didn't know. It's not a good excuse because you need to know what is in the luggage that you are carrying. So these people are now facing jail time.
Yeah. Don't do it, guys. Airports have protocols for this all the time. When they ask you, like, excuse me, sir, is this your bag? You can't just say, I'm just holding it and traveling with it. It's actually belongs to someone else. No can do, cowboy.
Could be anything in there. Like, could be even worse. So, yeah.
Well, let's move on to our next topic, which is making global news regarding Chiang Mai's air quality. Chiang Mai is going global for all the wrong reasons, as it has been ranked as having the worst air quality in the world due to widespread agriculture and forest burning in Myanmar and Laos. While Thailand has reduced its hotspots, Myanmar recorded over 1,000 worsening pollution in North provinces. PM 2.5 levels in Chiang Mai and surrounding areas have reached hazardous levels, prompting health warnings. The Thai government is urged to address cross-border pollution to improve air quality. Meanwhile, central, eastern, and southern Thailand report safe air levels for now. Chiang Mai's AQI currently stands at 168, the highest globally, with residents advised to limit outdoor exposure.
Yeah, no duh. I mean, take a look at it. You can barely see anything in the footage. It's
one of the most beautiful cities in Thailand, near the mountain areas, known for a really cool, fresh air during the winter time. But also, pollution.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year.
One of the issues, too, is that this is coming across borders, too, right? They're talking about it being a problem in Myanmar and Laos, and there's not a whole lot that the government can do. I mean, particularly in Myanmar, like they're in a civil war, basically. They're in a conflict over there, so it'd be hard to even enforce any laws when it comes to pollution when the farmers are just trying to make a living. I don't know what the solution is here.
We need to reach out to that that gentleman who from last week where I think his neighbor was burning something, so he used a giant fan to blow that smoke back into that person's hair. I feel like Thailand could invest in like giant windmills that just kind of blow it back to Laos. It's possible.
There's one option.
It's possible.
It's very Looney Tunes, but
if you can think it, you can do it.
Yeah, just I don't know what to say to that. You got me with that one, dude. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Our next story. Okay, so this one's a bit tragic, a bit weird. You guys might not care about it here on YouTube. This one's for the TikTok, I gotta say, because this is making big waves here in Eastern pop culture. So a famous actor, Kim Soo-hyun's badminton controversy in Thailand nearly a decade ago has resurfaced amid his dating scandal. So, Kim Soo-hyun's past badminton incident in Thailand has resurfaced amid an underage dating scandal. A former event organizer confirmed he played badminton at Siam Paragon during a 2014 fan meeting, but denied claims he forcefully demanded a court to be set up. The controversy reignited after a now-deleted viral post alleged that staff were pressured to clear the venue late at night. An old video showing Kim playing badminton inside the mall added to the speculation. Meanwhile, Kim faces allegations of a past relationship with late actress Kim Se-ron when she was 15 years old, which his agency denies, stating they only dated after she became an adult. So this guy is in the hot seat right now. So he's saying, like, they're saying that the relationship started at 15. That's what her side of things are saying. He's denying that. She recently took her own life.
Oh, no.
And it was on his birthday, which adds and fuels to the speculation. And now all sorts of controversies from his past are coming up and being re-examined with this new context. Like, was he grooming her? Was he abusive? There's a lot of speculation in that way. We'll have to see. But it seems like he's facing a lot of heat in the court of public opinion. Anyways.
Yeah. Sorry. Don't have much to add on that story.
This
it's a bit
is
of a sensitive one.
It's an out of left field one.
We're moving on to our next story, which takes us to Sutisan, where police have raided illegal gambling. Right. Casinos are coming to Thailand, but gambling is still currently illegal. Thai police have raided an illegal gambling den in Sutisan, arresting 19 people, including organizer Vishanon, for hosting a high-low dice game. The operation, led by senior officers, took place in a rented room in Hoi Quang district following a tip-off. Police found 14 men and 5 women actively gambling and confiscated 5 pieces of evidence. All suspects admitted to their roles and were taken to Sutisan police station for legal proceedings. Alex, how was it down there?
It was great. I was lucky I got out of there. I was in the bathroom when it all went down. Look, this is one of those things where do we draw the line? Like, is 19 people, they were like, it's small room. How organized was this? Was this just like friends and family kind of a thing?
Well, 19 people in a small room. It seems fairly organized.
Yeah, I've heard of worse, though. I've heard of bigger ones that are operating probably with, a little tea money blessing. Allegedly, I'm not going to say anything.
But this one, there was no tea. They skipped tea, and that's why...
That must be it.
They got busted.
It's difficult to be poor in Thailand. But, the casinos are coming. So when the government gets their cut, you can do this all you want. But for now, no gambling dens.
Yeah.
Stay safe. All right. Well, anyways, our next story is concerning the recent deportation of the Uyghurs from Thailand to China, as the European Parliament is now condemning the action. That's right. The European Parliament has condemned Thailand's recent deportation of Uyghur detainees to China, warning of potential human rights violations. It urged Thailand to halt forced returns, grant the UNHCR access to detained Uyghurs, and ensure transparency regarding their status. Lawmakers also called for suspending extradition treaties with China until deportees' safety is guaranteed. Additionally, the EU is pressuring Thailand through free trade negotiations to reform lèse-majesté laws and release political prisoners. With 482 votes in favor, the motion reflects growing international scrutiny of Thailand's human rights practices.
Yep. I almost sometimes find it naive to, when they put out these demands that, we condemn Thailand. Thailand doesn't care. Let's be honest.
Well,
they care, but they're going to do what they're going to do.
There's competing pressures between the West and China, right?
Yeah.
And obviously China is much nearer, contributes tons to the tourism sector here and direct investment as well. But so do the Europeans. Europeans do have a lot of influence here as well, too. So, maybe it is toothless. Yeah. Maybe it is not really going to lead to anything.
Thailand's famously known for not sticking its nose in other people's business and always staying neutral and just kind of being like, nah, we're good, just leave us alone, we're not going to join anything. So I do find it a bit, obviously there must have been some pressure from China for these deportations. So and Thailand's probably doing the smartest thing that it can from a government relationship perspective. But yeah, we can go on. I have some strong opinions about this, but I feel like we should just move on.
Yeah, exactly. Asking Thailand to reform the lèse-majesté laws shows exactly how tone deaf that desire is. So they're just kind of like,
that's what I mean.
Blanket statement.
Yeah.
Thailand's like, okay, thanks, we got it. Like, they'll move on, I think.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on to our next story, which is regarding a major e-cigarette distributor arrested in Thailand crackdown. Yeah, another story. Did you know that e-cigarettes are illegal in Thailand? Who knew? Because the Thai police have arrested a major e-cigarette distributor, Nop Thanarong, who allegedly coordinated sales for a Chinese financier. The 56-year-old suspect, previously imprisoned for drug offenses, was linked to a March 7th raid that seized 30,000 e-cigarettes and refills. Arrested on March 14 under a Nonthaburi court warrant, he admitted to collecting payments but denied ownership. Authorities seized a Mercedes-Benz and continue investigating the true masterminds. Police have warned the public about the legal risks of possessing or selling e-cigarettes, which are banned under Thai law. If only they told the thousands of sellers around Sukhumvit area that what they're selling is illegal, but...
Yeah.
Hey.
I think they have started, though. The crackdowns are real right now. Yeah. You can't buy them online anywhere, at least from what I've heard from friends who might participate in this.
Allegedly.
But it is like, it's... I don't know. It's a weird one because obviously cigarettes, alcohol, still legal. A lot of people use e-cigarettes to get off of cigarettes, like as
Don't
an
use
alternative.
e-cigarettes. Just do the legal thing and have cigarettes instead.
Yeah, that's the encouragement that's going on right now. But yeah, it's
e-cigarettes will kill you.
also very funny. This guy, he had been to jail for like 9 or 10 years before. For methamphetamine, he was a yaba dealer. Now he's graduated to e-cigarettes.
Yeah.
It was
Can't catch a break, man.
It's kind of a bummer.
Can't catch a break.
Because, obviously, though he, as a distributor, he I'm sure was aware of the legal status. But yeah, the crackdown, he had a Mercedes-Benz. Like
He had a Mercedes-Benz. They always
working
like
out for him.
Yeah, news stories. They always like point out like certain things. Like he had a nice house in a gated community, and he had a Mercedes-Benz. A Mercedes-Benz? For our European viewers, you might feel like, wait, that's not something to be bragged about. But yeah, in Thailand, we have 300% tax on cars. So having a Mercedes-Benz here in Thailand is a big deal.
Yeah. Them tariffs are real.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyways, let's move on. That's it for our Thailand section of the news. We'll try to get through this quickly because we have still a few more stories from the ASEAN section. Our first stop is over in Cambodia. This is a quick story, but we'll still need to find out more about it. A warehouse fire in Phnom Penh has caused extensive damage. A massive fire broke out at a fabric warehouse in Phnom Penh's Kambol district on March 15th around 8 p.m., causing extensive damage. Deputy Governor Sok Penvut led firefighting efforts, but the cause of the blaze remains unknown. Authorities are investigating the incident as we speak. I guess... fabrics, they can catch fire, especially depending on what chemicals are being used in the process. Interesting to see the political leadership is there on the spot for the photo op, but also maybe actually helping out a lot. Nice to see. But also, fortunately, at least as far as I know right now, no deaths reported.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have it under control, that they can figure out what the hell happened.
A lot of blazes around, huh?
Indeed.
All right, we're going to go move on to our next story that takes us to Indonesia as Java's sinking coast displaces residents. Java's northern coast is sinking due to land subsidence and rising sea levels, displacing communities like Semonet, which is now abandoned. Coastal cities like Pekalongan and Semarang are also severely affected, with some areas sinking up to 26 centimeters per year. President Prabowo Subianto has proposed a massive 700-kilometer seawall to protect the region, but experts doubt its feasibility due to funding constraints and long construction timelines. Meanwhile, cities are investing in flood barriers and tide gates, but many fear time is running out as homes and livelihoods are lost to the encroaching sea.
Yeah, this is a serious story, and this is one of the reasons why they're even talking about moving Jakarta too. Like, it's happening to plenty of places in Southeast Asia where they're literally just sinking into the sea, going the way of Atlantis. A 700-kilometer seawall is a very ambitious infrastructure project that could be good for the economy, right? Builds a lot of infrastructure is good for jobs, it stimulates the economy, blah blah blah. But do they have the money for it? They're already putting so much money into their moving of the capital. that it does raise some doubts as to whether this actually might happen. But anyways, heart goes out to all the people who are losing their livelihoods over there, and hopefully they can find new homes. All right, now our next story is off to the Philippines, where we have been following it very closely, what's been happening with Rodrigo Duterte. Well, the Philippines National Police stand ready to implement future ICC arrest warrants. That's right, the Philippine National Police, or the PNP, has stated it is ready to assist Interpol if the International Criminal Court issues further arrest warrants for officials linked to former President Rodrigo Duterte's drug war. PNP spokesperson Brigadier General Jean Fajardo confirmed that after Duterte's arrest on March 11th for alleged crimes against humanity, they have a process in place for future cases. While no new warrants have been reported, the PNP remains prepared to enforce any ICC orders in compliance with local law. Duterte was flown to The Hague, where he appeared before ICC judges via video link. So, this seems like a very stark warning. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is the one who's in control of the government at the moment, which means the police are sort of under his executive jurisdiction, which means that if anybody else is found to have had ties to Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs, quote unquote, in some sort of illegal fashion, the ICC could be issuing warrants for that, and they will be arrested and sent off to The Hague as well to join their former leader. Weird story, but it does seem like this. I don't know if this is politically motivated. I mean, the ICC is obviously not pressured by the Philippine politics in the Philippines. They're just issuing warrants based on what they believe is supposed to be the right thing. However, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has signaled that he is willing to use these warrants against his political adversaries, the Dutertes. So Dutertes, there's still plenty of them in politics over there, not happy with the current state of affairs.
All right. Swiftly moving on to some of our last stories from today. HCMC Airport's new terminal to handle 80% of domestic flights. Where's that, HCMC?
That's Ho Chi Minh City.
Oh, Ho Chi Minh
We're in
City.
Vietnam. Yeah.
All right. Tan Son Nhat International Airport's new terminal T3 will handle all domestic flights for Vietnam Airlines and Vietjet Air starting in May, reducing congestion at Terminal T1. Other domestic carriers will remain at T1, while T2 will continue serving international flights. The $431 million project, covering 112,500 square meters, is set to open after trial runs from April 28 to May 4th. A new access road will also be open at the end of April to improve traffic flow. With T3's addition, Tan Son Nat's total capacity will increase to 50 million passengers annually, making it Vietnam's largest domestic terminal. That's a very large domestic terminal, huh?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, are there that many people in Vietnam traveling that way, too? I guess, like, where was the traffic coming from? Like, Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City? Like, I guess the 50 million is a lot. Like, anyways, the mind boggles at this. Of course, it seems like they'll be prepared for all of the traffic. Is it really necessary? I guess. I don't know. Weird. But yeah, congratulations, Vietnam, on the upgrade. Well, anyways, that'll do it. Should you wrap up the news, my friend?
Yeah, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the stories from across Thailand. You can find more stories on thethaiger.com or join in the conversation at
ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest English forum.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel here. Also, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X. You'll see a lot of content that you don't normally see here on the YouTube channel. And can stay up to date on all things Thailand. For now, what do you say we jump into the comments and see what some of the people have been saying?